Hey air signs, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Jen with Lighthouse Oracle bringing you the energy forecast for the upcoming week. So this is for all of my air signs, Geminis, Libras, and Aquariuses, sun, moon, and rising signs. So this is for the week up till the 14th of March. So anytime in the week, if you come across this reading, there may be a message for you. So we're going to start with the tarot cards to give me an idea of what the incoming energy is going to look like. And then we'll dive into oracle cards for additional messages and advice. And we'll close with the charms. So let's see. What is the incoming energy for... Oops. Excuse me. The incoming energy air sign. Oh, that is a lot. We're gonna take just the top one. Okay. Let's see, I did flip it this way, so it did come out like this. Well, either way, I do see the Ten of Cups as kind of like a similar... Okay, Queen of Cups. And the Three of Swords. Anything else for my air sign, for energies for this? All right. Okay. Okay, I think this is it. Is there anything else? Okay. Well, I'm just gonna take this one because it fell on my lap. Look at all of this like connecting energies. So we'll put the tarot cards to the side. But we have the Empress in reverse, the Nine of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups in reverse, the Queen of Cups, the Three of Swords, the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. So definitely quite a bit of earth energy with all this pentacles here. A little bit of water, a little bit of fire, and a little bit of air. So I definitely see that this week, this incoming week, is asking for a lot of grounding from you. To stay grounded. I'm getting like staying grounded is like the biggest message that I'm getting for my air signs. Because I'm seeing a lot of back and forth energies. In terms of, so when I saw these as pairs, so this is a pair, this is a pair, this is a pair, and this is a pair. So I saw this Empress, and look how interesting, like they're both like very similar in how there's like these apple trees and these fruit trees. Or are they oranges? They could be, I don't know, but maybe it's like fruit. So maybe I'm noticing the fruit a lot, so maybe having a higher intake in fruit may be important, or watching your health. But I do see that you're wanting to attract some sort of self-sufficiency from this week, or you're needing to go into a place of self-sufficiency in order to attract the things that you desire, in order to attract more abundance. Because the Empress here just typically means abundance, attraction, you know, I mean, you're calling in things, and you see she has like a she has a pregnant belly, so it's like creation, right? Creating things, manifestations. And in reverse is there's a block to that. And I think for some, this block may be partially in asking for you to bring in that Nine of Pentacles energy, kind of keeping to yourself, you know, studying a bit more. The Nine of Pentacles is she's very self-abundant. She's like in her garden, I mean, both of these energies are very similar. But I feel like maybe, and this could also align, I mean, I'm seeing this can feed into these other ones too, that's not like super segregated or anything. But I'm kind of getting in the sense that, you know, perhaps we're relying on certain things to happen in order to attract the things we want. Kind of like we're waiting for that tipping point. I'm seeing like the domino, and I'm seeing that it's like you're just waiting for a gust of wind to blow that first domino to, you know, have that effect for the rest of the dominoes. And that's what I'm seeing here with this Nine of Pentacles. Is like, I'm self-sufficient, I'm good. You know, I want to attract more things, but I'm kind of okay where I am. So I'm just allowing spirit to take over, and whenever it calls to push that one domino, okay, I'll be here in the meantime. With this pairing, I see this is definitely a much more emotional fulfillment. Okay, so this is material abundance. This is emotional abundance. This emotional abundance will require a lot more emotional nurturing. And it's interesting because both, like the Empress here and the Queen here, they're both pregnant. So and maybe pregnancy could be potential in your future in this week. I definitely see this for a very small amount, but I see this more as a birthing of a new idea, like birthing a new creation, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's in terms of material fulfillment or in terms of emotional fulfillment, because the Ten of Cups resembles marriage, love, like emotional support and goals. Like, I mean, look at this, isn't it cute? Like that picnic by the river. But in order, and see, I also see this Ten of Cups as like a block from that. So in order for that block for this to turn around, we got to be more in tune with our cups energy. Be more in tune with the feeling of compassion and love and the emotional depths of ourselves, and tuning in, because air signs can get a bit logical sometimes, like too logical, to the point where there could also be a state of analysis paralysis, like micro analyzing how a certain situation can play out, and 10 different routes for it that it can take, and then in turn actually doing none of those things. So I feel like with this incoming week, there's definitely a need to get in touch with yourself. There's definitely a need to get to know yourself, to get to know, you know, what are these challenges, and why, like getting in tune with your emotions can help you adjust your emotional fulfillment and your emotional abundance. Getting in touch with your self-sufficiency and how your self-sufficiency can bring about more abundance, or if even your self-sufficiency is blocking your abundance. Because, you know, if sometimes there could be, you know, if no one's gonna, the only way you can do things is if you do it yourself, that type of a mindset, and that could lead to hyper independence. So when there's opportunities for collaboration or for growth or for people to come together, there's a reluctancy on that, because you don't want to rely on other people to ultimately fail you, because that's what I'm getting from that, which could be a block to more of your abundance. Same thing with emotional fulfillment, emotional abundance. You know, are there certain blocks in your own emotions that are stopping you from attaining the Ten of Cups? So that's what I see with that. The Three of Swords and the Knight of Wands. The Three of Swords is definitely a lot of pain. Very, like a heartbreak of some sort. But with the Knight of Wands here, I definitely see a getting over a heartbreak, kind of facing the dragon, right? And he's, you know, the pain itself is like your flag to come to terms and face certain obstacles that are blocking you from the rest of your abundance and the rest of the opportunities from opening up. And it's interesting because the Three of Swords, you know, you see the Three of Swords and there's pain here and there's like a journal, but there's no person here. They're off to go and battle this dragon. And this dragon may be that part of you that is hurting, you know, that pain and that anger that's coming from the sense of betrayal, and you're needing to see, because it's interesting because I'm seeing this dragon as a part of your own emotions. And instead of seeing the dragon as this sort of like monster that you have to defeat, it's like you're seeing this as from like a further perspective, and seeing this dragon from a further perspective so you can work your magic on it. So you can, I'm getting the image from Moana. If you've ever seen Moana, she goes to Te Fiti, and Te Kā comes out, but Te Kā is actually Te Fiti, but Te Fiti because her heart was gone, so she's enraged. And that's like kind of the place I'm seeing. They're all you. But you have to connect your heart to that part too, because recognizing that you have gotten your heart broken. But when you disassociate, when you throw away that heart and you just stab the heart, it disconnects you from yourself as well. So allow yourself to feel the pain, allow yourself to grieve and mourn, but have your heart is still there. You are still with your heart. So that's what I'm getting here. And finally, with this Knight of Pentacles and this Queen of Pentacles, I definitely see a slow growth. And I feel like this is kind of like all one here too for some. This could also mean just a slow process for growth. I'm seeing a growth from the Knight of Pentacles to Queen, not as experienced in terms of material abundance, in terms of stability. You know, you're going from the one pentacle to, and, you know, traveling, and, you know, if this knight has like a hammer in his pouch and he's going off to learn a craft, to learn something. And this Queen of Pentacles, she's got her brooms down, her hat's down, she's fine, she's made it, she's in her abundance. So I feel like for some, so this could play out like in one scenario if that resonates with you. Of course, this is still a general reading, so please take it as it resonates. But I see this as, I'm gonna put this here if you want to see that. I can see this as several scenarios, whichever one resonates with you the most. Whether this week you want to focus on your material abundance and the blocks for that, whether you want to focus on your emotional abundance and where the blocks are that, whether it's focusing on this heartbreak and this ending and this pain that you felt or you might be running into this week, that maybe it's pain from the past that's coming up, that is bubbling up, and kind of seeing that pain from a different lens. And that could also just be, this itself could be the blockage for both of these, to be honest. But again, please take it as it resonates. And then the Knight of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles, again, this kind of just sums up all of this. I'm seeing it like this, where the Knight of Pentacles is like, you know, you're learning, you're still growing, you're still on this healing journey. And as you're healing and as you're growing more, the things that are, you know, that you're creating, it's happening. But then there are also events along the way that may trigger and may block that for a certain time until you understand and you see the obstacles with a new lens and learn how to deal with it from a new and higher perspective. That's what I see there. But the reason why I put it this way, because it's like a timeline. So that's what I'm seeing. Let's look at your oracle cards and get another message from Spirit. What is Spirit's advice for the incoming energies for this week. Ooh. Also, daylight savings time starts on Sunday, so it's going to be, it's a shift for a lot of people anyways. So it might bring up some, you know, our energies could just be off. So I don't see this as the most, you know, a detrimental area. I definitely see this like as a growing process. This week is definitely a lot of growth in terms of, you know, getting to know yourself more, getting to know your inner self more. Because I see all of this, except the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, as solo energy. But the Ten of Pentacles is also in reverse, so it could be, you know, also that feeling of aloneness. Oh, the cards just speak for themselves. Look, a time for healing. Like literally, this one like flew out, and yeah. The only way you can heal is if you get to know where your wounds are at. Emotionally, mentally, spiritually, you know? It's kind of like you have a cut on this arm, but you put it, or on this hand, and you put a bandage here. What good is that gonna do, you know? So, yeah, that's interesting. That's so funny. It's like identifying, because like I said, I see this like for different aspects, and you can always shift your focus and, you know, also not overwhelming yourself with all of this energy at once. It's healing certain areas. It's like, okay, which one is the most damaging first? Maybe it's this Three of Swords because it's the most forefront, it's the most painful, it's the most in your face, right? So healing that aspect, it's like healing a broken leg as opposed to a paper cut. You should probably take a look at the broken leg first. That's what I'm seeing. Interesting. This is cool. And I see a lot of green. I mean, look at all this green. So definitely the heart chakra, maybe some meditations. There are binaural beats, there are frequency soundtracks that are dedicated specifically for the heart chakra and healing the heart chakra. So using that in your healing practices can help you during this week as well. Even if these triggers don't exactly come up, you know, healing that part can definitely help as well. Let's look at a final message from Spirit, final advice before we move on to charms. What's the final message for air signs for this incoming week? Intention. Okay, and I'm definitely getting wherever intention goes, energy flows, attention goes, energy flows. So what it says, intention is simply allowing the will and the mind to align and move in harmony. May I always focus on the highest. My intention is that all God's wishes for me come true. And you can definitely see this as, you can change from God to the universe, to spirit, to the divine, whichever resonates with you the most. But yeah, it's definitely, you know, intention on where you're healing. Like I said, you could have a cut here, but put a bandage here. What's your intention? Where are you intending to heal, right? So allowing yourself to identify those parts can definitely help sort of like narrow down where these blockages are and your intention for healing. So that's amazing. That's actually really nice. If you wanted to take a screenshot of that, I'd recommend it. Maybe allow this message to keep with you during this week. What are your intentions for the energies that you're allowing to come into your life this week? So are you truly healed, or are you just distracted? That's like one of the call out messages that I'm getting, and I hope I'm not calling you out with love. But let's look at the charms now. What is the incoming energy for air signs? Oh, and it's interesting because I had the Gemini charm, yeah. And it was like right at the edge. It was like this. And I saw the Gemini symbol and I went, whoop. I was like, okay. So maybe this is more for Geminis, but very interesting. I love that. Let's look at this charm. It says, imagine 9731. Let's see, 10, 11, 20, so reduces down to 2. So I do see this as, you know, 2 in terms of a co-creation with spirit, collaborating with yourself, with, you know, both parts of you, all parts of you. I definitely see, I'm getting that message. It's like, imagine what it would be like if you could have no limitations to have everything you want. What does that look like? If you need to journal it down, see, where do you see yourself? Imagine. Allow your imagination to take, you know, to take the wheel for a little bit. And look at that. Allow your imagination to take the wheel and lead you where the work needs to be done. Right? Work. Because ultimately this journey is no one else's but your own. And if you don't know where you're wanting to steer, if you don't allow your imagination to guide you, then, like I said, you don't really know where to steer. Like I said before, if you have a cut here, but you're steering towards his hand, it's kind of like, hey, I'm still bleeding out here. This part still hurts, but I guess we can focus on this healed hand, you know what I'm saying? So I see that. I also see this little starfish, and, you know, don't starfish regenerate? Like, you cut off one of their legs and they grow back. So I'm definitely seeing this as a feeling of regeneration. Also, just the sea in general. I'm getting ocean vibes. Also, there's an oracle deck that I have where the starfish represents spiritual journey and safe passage. So your spirit team is with you during this week as well. You can call to them for help. Allow your imagination. Talk to your imagination is your best tool. Talk to your divine, your support team and your ancestors and guides so they can help you during this week. Ask them to help identify where you need to focus on during this week. Intention, right? What's your intention? We also have this little, let me see if there's oh no, okay. Sorry, oops. This was over here, this is here, this was up here. Okay. This little panda being in the family, I definitely see this as a balancing act. Black and white. Not everything is exactly black and white. You know, there is also that gray area in between and kind of balancing out the energies in regards to family matters. There's also this heart here. So this heart in terms of money. Maybe, again, see where is this material abundance blockage? Are you attracting the things that you love in terms of money, in terms of finances, in terms of the things that bring you material abundance? 36 here. So it reduces down to the number 9, which also talks a lot about the self, the 9 of Pentacles here. So with this being in the friends, I do feel like this is, it's like you're almost at 10. So it's like that final stepping stone of healing. But this is also a very even number, 36. So maybe 333 can be a sign of synchronicity that you can watch out for during this week that can kind of nudge you towards your friendships and your soul tribe and those people that may actually be able to help you identify these aspects as well. This could also be an age 36. I'm also seeing this as maybe in 36 days, something will happen in terms of your friends. And then finally we have this little dog charm with a bone. So I feel like there's some loyalty in terms of love, or, you know, you're seeking out partnerships in this 10 of Cups. And you want that loyal love. You want that puppy love. Well, maybe not puppy love, but that unconditional love. And so in order to give and get unconditional love, you have to give unconditional love. Not to other people, not, you know, just willy-nilly giving your all to other people, but unconditional love to yourself. Fill your cup up so much so that it overflows and you can give without depleting your own cup. And that's what I'm seeing. Let me zoom this in if you want to take a look at that. Cute, cute. And yeah, this is where I'm going to go ahead and end the reading for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for watching all the way through. If you did, please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. If this reading resonated with you, let me know in the comments what you think. I'm not going to be doing the energy check-in readings during this week. I'm still postponing that for the time being, but I will be doing other readings. I might start another series that I'm thinking about. You know, I want to get the creative brain flowing. So I hope that this resonated. I hope that this brought some clarity or some direction for your incoming week. I really hope that you enjoyed this reading, and I hope that you come back and see me again in another reading, okay? Take care, air signs. Bye.